ketones! Okay, you guys, I just did a really quick video about, or never quick, about being malabsorptive, and maybe that's the reason why you're not keto adapting, and that you have to look at the body and see what your symptoms are and pay attention, all this kind of stuff. Like sleep is a big solution. Eating whole foods is a big solution to being malabsorptive. Get rid of the coffee. You stay away from foods that irritate the body. And figure out if you got a thyroid issue because you might be like blocked up. And that's sort of like a malabsorptive thing because toxins are re-entering the body and your body's having a hard time to detox while you're being toxified. Whew! But that's a whole long story. Okay, guys, so keto! Yeah, what's up? Alright, yes, I'm hyper. That's how I roll. I am not the serious person with the chalkboard. And what's up with all the keto experts online now? I'm just saying. Alright, here we go. Naked and Afraid, right? They have a new season on the Discovery Channel, and I'm not watching it as much because literally it's a repetition of the same thing. But it's really interesting for you newbies who've never seen it before. Go on YouTube and Google Naked and Afraid. It's a reality show on Discovery. Now, they take these survivalists that teach survival, and they're very knowledgeable, and they've got primal skills and all this kind of stuff, and they understand plant species, and they stick those mother suckers, a male and a woman that do not know each other, and put them somewhere in the world naked. And yes, within like a very short time, the mother suckers become very afraid because you've got predators and animals and even the friggin' insects that just eat your body alive. This is what happens. And what I love about the show is that people can take a modern human and you stick them without true skills to that particular environment. You stick them there and they don't do very well. They make it. A lot of people make it to the end of 21 days, and a lot of people do not. And I'm surprised that the show doesn't get like yanked off the air because of being sued, because a lot of people literally almost die on this show. This show is not a joke, right? The title is very provocative, but the actual content is very real. And the reason why I talk about this is because vegans and vegetarians that would be on the show and be out in the tundra realize very quickly, because they have a few, you don't survive because plants have toxins. You can't just go to any jungle or any forest and eat anything that looks green because it's toxic and poisonous to a lot of animal species and humans, and that's the way they protect themselves because they don't have any teeth. They can't defend themselves in any other way. So we have to learn what plant species we can survive on, because they ain't kale trees and bushes and weeds and broccoli and all of these farmed, agriculturalized vegetables and fruits just growing in the wild. And what I try to tell people is that fruits are bitter in the wild. Why? Because if they're sweet, they're going to attract bugs. And if they attract bugs, bugs are going to eat them and they won't survive. So they do whatever they can to survive. So they're more bitter in the wild. We have Frankensteined our fruit. And that is the reason why I say, be careful for that darn fructose. Because if you eat grapes all day long, because that's what you do on paleo, and you eat a lot of dried fruit, you are overstuffing your your liver with fructose. And now the second detoxification thing, your kidneys struggles as well, because it takes over when the liver doesn't function properly. With y'all just eating so much fruit. But I digress, because that would not be natural in nature. These people go on the show and they come home, they forage and they get like little bitty tiny amount of vegetation to survive on. So a lot, like their partners are like, you ready? You ready to eat? You ready to hunt? Because we are starving. So they eat everything, snails and snakes and bugs. They eat the small critters when they can't find any mammals or any fish or any sea or river animals. So, the very interesting thing about this particular show that I really want to stress about to you people who are learning about keto, when am I going to lose weight? Why? You know, like, I looked on the message boards and like, this woman, she lost so much weight and lost 60 pounds, and this guy. First of all, a lot of these people are losing muscle and they're losing water. You know how I know? Because I watch Naked and Afraid, and I watch these people who come on chubby. You don't see like super mega athletes on Naked and Afraid. These are just sort of your average, you know, run-of-the-mill person as far as their body comp. And they go on a show and they look fat at the end of the show. They look the same. You know why? Because the body's been eating them. Oh, John lost 30 pounds. But John still looks fat. Because John lost a lot of water and John lost a lot of muscle. And 9 times out of 10, these people still look fat at the end of 21 days of starving to freaking death. Because their body is going into gluconeogenesis and making new glucose because they are not in ketosis. They might produce ketones, they might eat some body fat, but they are catabolizing. So when people go into ketosis, or you see on these message boards that they're losing weight, don't use the scale. Check your body fat percentage. That is the true indication. Check to see if you're losing muscle. The scale is subjective. So every time you think that people are losing weight on keto, they're not. They're losing muscle. Getting into a state of ketosis takes time. Yes. It takes time. It doesn't happen. I don't even care if your glucometer says that your glucose is under 80 or 4.4 and your ketones at 2.0 or 3.0. You have to do this for a while because it takes the brain some time to now then become addicted to the ketones. So when you put your body under stress, it doesn't digress back to being a carb burner, which is catabolic and breaking down and eating itself as far as the muscles go, because the muscles are part of you. And the reason why your body would choose muscle to burn over fat is because muscle is expensive to run. And when you are stressed out and when you are starving, because the body equates stress as starving, it's just primal. It is what it freaking is. You look at a bill, I'm starving, but you're not starving. The body doesn't know we're in the modern time. It just recognizes stress as store fat. End of story. So if you go on keto and you're getting bigger, it's because you're not using ketones yet. And it takes time. It takes time, and you have to put your body in this parasympathetic state and be balanced. And you might have to deal with underlying issues that you didn't even know existed before your body will highly adapt. And that can take months. But once you do, and you cross that bridge over to ketosis land, it's the best shite ever. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then all that chub that you've been trying forever, that plateau just goes down. And you access the body fat at any age. And you rebalance your hormones that were making you estrogen dominant and fat and soft anyway. Women and men are also estrogen dominant. Look at yourself and look at your life. You just don't go on keto and lose a bunch of fat and spare the muscle. Watch Naked and Afraid, and that is the pure proof positive that these people are not eating a sad diet. They're off surviving, and they lose so much muscle and water and a little bit of fat, and they look fat at the end of the show. Okay, guys, I just want to remind you guys and girls, everybody around the world, I want to remind you as I'm snotting myself, I want to remind you that getting into a state of ketosis takes time. And regardless of what the stupid article that the paleo mom wrote, yo, I'm 47 going on 48, and in 2 years I'm going to be 50. I'm in a full, highly adapted keto state, and my body just gets better. Right? I'm not, like, everything is where it should be at. My hormones are like, yes, every month I get younger. Yes, Stephanie. Yes, Hercules, girlfriend. My body is thanking me because I'm taking every measure to do whatever I can to be healthy. And stopping the blood sugar dysregulation, because our body can only handle 4 to 5 grams, which is a teaspoon of glucose. What are you going to do? Eat a teaspoon of cereal? Teaspoon of ice cream? No, people. Teaspoon of your gluten-free. Oh my God, such gluten-free and your quinoa and BS and the beans and the farting and all this. I'm just saying. Don't always listen to your body, because your body can be addicted to certain bad things, literally, like cortisol and like glucose. Learn and educate yourself. That is what you listen to. Because when this is doing this and this is doing that and things don't make sense, there's something wrong, people. This is not normal. If you're inflamed and you think you're eating well, then you're still stressed. You're still not looking at the underlying issues. And it takes time to reach a highly adapted keto state. And when you drop your carbs and you stuff your body with a lot of fat, your body doesn't know how to burn fat. So what's coming in? Or what's being burned? Nothing. And that is why some people who are not insulin sensitive, people who don't have a lot of, like for me, the muscle in my body is expensive and it's hungry and it wants to eat all day long, and it's helping make them damn ketones. But if you don't have the muscularity and you're not working out, your keto adaptation is going to take longer if you sit and you don't move. And that's why in my consultations, we talk about a program to mild to moderately, get the blood flow to the muscle fascia. Wake up the muscle and tell the brain that you need muscle to burn, because you're not in crisis and you're not starving. Because the second your body feels like it's in crisis, boom, it drops the muscle, boom, you become estrogen dominant and flat, boom, and sex drive goes down the toilet. And we're all eating the wrong way and we're not getting sleep. So if you want to learn more about how to actually, for real, keto adapt, not this BS you see online, how to do it the right way, because keto's amazing, Paleo Mom. It's amazing. But you have to do it the right way. And if you don't do it the right way, it'll kick your ass. So if you want to learn more, go to StephaniePerson.com or Stephanie Business Person, my Facebook fan page, or Stephanie the Business Person. No, I'm forgetting. Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram, because I'm running on ketones and ketosis. Peace out, guys.